Hi BookTube, it's Gina, and today I am here with a book haul. I think I told you I was going to go book shopping this weekend, and I did. I did our local independent bookstore on Saturday with a good friend of mine. We went for coffee first and then puttered around the bookstore. It was delightful. And then yesterday I hit the used bookstore in my area. So I got some books and I wanted to share them with you. Having a little bit of a conceptual problem with my books right now. I've always told myself I'm not going to feel guilty for buying books. I want to buy the books that I want as long as they are in my budget and I can afford them. However, I'm looking at my shelves right now and things are starting to get a little double stacked in certain spots. I've got a big old pile of Star Trek books behind me, and I'm starting to think that I'm gonna need to do a little bit of culling and maybe cutting back on some book purchases. I went for the whole year of the pandemic without really buying many books, and so I think I've kind of swung the pendulum the other way, and I've been going a little crazy buying books. And I'm usually happy with that, but I'm starting to feel a little bit like they're piling up, and I need to do a little reorganization. So let's share the books. So the new book that I bought at Third Place Books is Nigel Slater's A Year of Good Eating. This is the Kitchen Diaries Volume 3. And this is just a little, I'm not sure if this is meant to be like something that stays forever, but it's cute. This was not on my list. I wasn't planning on buying this book, but I love cookbooks. Somebody had mentioned Nigel Slater when I was talking about cookbooks, and I love his style of a recipe and a picture and a chatty essay that goes along with it. So I bought this. The reason actually that I went to Third Place Books, and one of the things that I was looking for is I was trying to find some Shakespeare books for Shaktember next month. I've got some used copies of Shakespeare, which I will share with you when I do my TBR. But I was hoping to find maybe a couple of reference volumes, which they didn't really have at the bookstore. I was very surprised by that. I was also looking for I wanted the Penguin edition of Bleak House because I'm going to read that for Victober. And they didn't have a copy of that I wanted either. So that was sort of a fail. But this was not a fail. This was a lot of fun. I'm very glad that I bought this. I've just been reading some of the essays in this. This will be something I just kind of work my way through, and it is delightful. And then yesterday at the used bookstore, I did get a super fun pile. And most of these are obviously used editions. I did find a copy of Bleak House. This is the Modern Library paperback edition. And I like this because it's nice and floppy. I think it will be really easy to read. So I did get this used for Victober. I also found a couple of old Agatha Christie's, which I love. This is Cricket House. I already own this one in a different edition, but I love the cover of these pocket ones. And I got By the Pricking of My Thumbs, which I started reading yesterday and about halfway through. So got started on that. I bought Lillian Jackson Brown, The Cat Who Ate Danish Modern. I love this series. This is total comfort fluff for me. I own them on my Kindle, or I read them. Maybe they were library Kindles. I don't remember, but this is one I just like to revisit. I think it's a lot of fun, so I may revisit that one. And then last, I got 3 fun vintage copies. The first is this Everyman's Library Treasure Island and New Arabian Nights. And I just love these old Everyman. So I will almost always buy any of these modern libraries or Everyman. If I see these and they've got a dust jacket and they're in relatively decent shape, I will pick these up because I love them. I think they're beautiful. I guess I would say I collect. I've got a whole bunch. I've got a bunch up over here too. I might have to move these to another shelf so I can put them all together, but I love those additions. I have a short shelf in my office that these fit perfectly on, so I might have to move those into there. And then I got two Miss Pickerels. I had never heard of Miss Pickerel before, but aren't these adorable? This is Miss Pickerel on the moon, and this is Miss Pickerel and the Geiger counter. And I actually read this one yesterday. It's super short. They're middle grade. Oh, look at this. Is that not sweet? It still has the library card stamper inside of it. It has fallen out, but it's still in there, and I love that. I might have just bought it just for this. I can use it as a bookmark, and I think that's so cute. So Miss Pickerel and the Geiger counter. This is really funny because Miss Pickerel discovers a uranium, a field of uranium, and she basically sells the rights to it and makes a ton of money and is mining uranium, which I think in the kids' book is really hilarious. But it's sort of a science-based, like teach kids about the basics of radioactive science. And I would say it's a little on the cozy side. This one starts out with Miss Pickerel being on a steamboat. She came hurrying out of her stateroom, climbed briskly up a steep stairway to the top deck of the boat, settled herself in an empty deck chair, and took her crocheting out of the pocket of her pink sweater. And I thought that was super duper cute. So I bought these two Miss Pickerels, which will go in my middle grade shelf. And that is it. I wanted to share those with you because I thought they were beautiful. I'm going to maybe consider doing some kind of read from my shelves project. I know those are pretty common these days, people trying to get their TBRs down. And I love to have a big variety of unread books on my shelves. So I'm not necessarily trying to decrease my TBR, but I do feel like I need to slow down a little bit on the book shopping. It's been such a comfort for me the last couple months, and I really enjoy it a lot, but I feel like I need to, it's time to balance, right? I have to balance the comfort I get from shopping for books and the amount of shelf space that I have, and just the emotional energy that the things you own sort of take from you. So I think I'm gonna have to kind of think about that. I'm not sure if it will be a project or if I'll just kind of start to slow down. I don't generally respond well motivationally from a set myself a project or a challenge mode, but I might have to do something. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I need to start reading some books for my shelf and stop shopping quite so much. So it's in my mind. I would love to hear your thoughts on how you shop for books, what you spend on books, if you feel like you have too many books. I don't feel like I have too many books, but I'm starting to kind of creep up to the too many piles stage. So hope that you are doing well, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.